Hey everybody, Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, screenplays, and broadcaster of astrology. Okay, so let's get into the astrology for, this is going to be for Thursday, the 19th. We're starting off with the sun at 0 degree of Pisces, and it's going to be at 0 degree until 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, this pertains to secrets, sacrifice, solitude, because now the sun is in Pisces. It affects placements in any sign between 0 and 3 degrees while it's at this 3 degree angle, at this 0 degree angle. My bad. Under these energies, one can be more pleasant, sociable, and loyal. One may adjust who they hang around with or talk to or court romantically, and they might even just do it on a dime, like out of nowhere. Success can be had in business or the arts. Associations are favored, especially if you're blending like opposite elements. This can be an asset to you, or maybe you're having a person added to your entourage to make something more complementary. For Capricorn and Taurus placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you're receiving some sort of assistance or opportunity, or you're affording someone else some type of assistance or opportunity. Now for Cancer and Scorpio placements, this is where you'll see the blessings, okay, as it pertains to being sociable, loyal, pleasant, changing your entourage for the better, to make situations more complimentary for you and things like that. And that's going on, like I said, until 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that means it's going on right now because it's Wednesday. So you're already under these energies. Now, moving along to the next transit I want to talk about. Remember, we talked about before about Saturn and Neptune being at 0 degree of Aries and it being there for quite some time because Saturn moves slow. So later on today, I would say around, hold on, give me a second. Okay, so later on today, around 2:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that transit will come into play because the moon will shift to Aries at 0 degree. Okay, so as a matter of fact, let me wait and I won't talk about that yet, actually. I'll just go back up and I'll go to the next transit and then we'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, so the next transit I want to talk about is Mercury being in Pisces at 18 degrees, and it's going to be sextile to Juno and Capricorn until about 8:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This pertains to a marriage, a partnership, or a commitment. Effective communication or mutual understanding can be had or effective or come in. This may see you communicating with someone who matches your mentality. In love, you can express loyalty to someone or devotion to someone or something. If it's not love, it could be a business commitment or career, something you master. Make sure you're, like I said, you're checking your emails, answering your phone and things like that, because you could get some messages that come in, early in the morning by 8:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're Central Standard Time, by 7:25 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, and this could be going on behind the scenes. It can be a secret. Where you have placements between 15 and 21 degrees of Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Taurus, you're privy to this assistance and or opportunities. Okay, now Cancer and Virgo placements can benefit as well. And under these energies, one can be more creative, cautious, enthusiastic, persuasive. One can have the gift of gab. They can be honest, tough, and or determined. So determined that you can cope with issues and overcome them. Not only overcome them, but you can rebuild and recover from any issues or troubles you've had before. Okay, you might even get some prosperity that comes in, some money that comes in where you could pay off bills, respect that comes your way. You could gain some type of authority, admiration, or even public esteem. Okay, now moving along to the next transit I want to talk about. Oh, do know that transit that goes up until 8:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Success, recognition, and wealth can be achieved in the sciences and medicine with chemistry, scientific research, weed, like medicinal plants. Something can be found out, revealed, or uncovered that shines a beneficial light on you or someone else, but the chatter is definitely beneficial either way it goes, okay? Now, the next transit I want to talk about is going to be a 1 hour and 55 minute transit, and it starts at 9:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the moon in Pisces at 27 degrees will be sextile to Uranus and Taurus. This is sudden or unexpected assistance or an opportunity that benefits your wealth, your worth, or your resources, but it could be going on behind the scenes, okay? So where you have placements between 24 and 29 degrees of Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn, and Cancer, you're privy to this assistance or this opportunity. Scorpio and Virgo placements can see benefits as well. What it'll do is it'll usher in some type of harmonious situation, maybe emotional intuition that you can have, maybe sudden or refreshing change. Under these energies, you'll be more careful, brave, resilient, intellectual, active, ambitious, and even conceited. One may have success in career, and projects can go well with the help or protection of another person. Some are required to obtain some type of insurance, or you can get a payoff from an insurance policy, okay? Some of you, like I said, might need to get some insurance or pay off some insurance, okay? If you have the opportunity to hone your skills, take that opportunity as well, okay? The next transit I want to talk about that'll be going on all day is going to be Mars in Aquarius at 21 degrees. This is when it will be sextile to Ceres and Aries, okay? This ushers in assistance or an opportunity to overcome a challenge or an issue. It nurtures your good image as it pertains to accomplishing some sort of goal. Friends and social groups can be in the mix for some people, and you can be overcoming a loss, some sort of grief, or negative attachment. This sees one being proactive and assertive under these energies. Where you have placements between 18 and 24 degrees of Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, and Gemini, you're privy to this assistance or opportunity. And under these energies, one can be overcoming some sort of image of being violent, excessive, spiteful, lazy, careless, or conceited. So you're fixing those things. But it's imperative that you control your mouth and your actions and stop popping off, because evil deeds can turn out bad for you, even if you think you're just doing it in the background and nobody knows and you're getting away with it. You're not, okay? If you feel pent up anger, get out there and exert it constructively through some type of activity. Success can be had in the military and jobs requiring strength. Surgery and medical research look favorable as well. This can be a chance to gain back your stability, even in finances. So use your money wisely, because where you lacked finances before to get something done, now you can probably do it. And it's not the time to blame other people for your failures. It's okay to admit if you made a mistake or a wrong move. Just learn from your mistakes, move forward, and pay off what you need to pay off, okay? Now, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, while that last transit is actually still going on, because I think that was the last transit was an all-day transit, okay? So this transit starts at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the sun will shift to 1 degree of Pisces, and it'll stay there until Friday morning around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This pertains to secrets, sacrifices, and solitude, and even taxes, okay? This affects placements in any sign between 0 and 4 degrees, and under these energies, you could be more carefree, lazy, and even selfish. Unless you have trines to this or sextiles, then you'll be affording people blessings, and you won't be selfish. You won't be lazy, because you'll offer assistance or opportunity, or somebody will offer it to you, and things of that nature. Some people might still be carefree, especially if they have some money in their pocket. But don't leave things to chance, and don't waste opportunities. If you take advantage of opportunities and assistance, you can overcome hurdles, issues, or disappointments, okay? Especially if you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Scorpio and Cancer, blessings can come in. And between 0 and 4 degrees of Taurus and Capricorn, you can be receiving some type of assistance or opportunity, or you can be affording it to someone else, okay? Check my astrology at author E-Ray Taronic on Facebook to see exactly how it's affecting each placement in the morning. I'll have it posted up, okay? I'll post it early. Now by 2:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is a 1 hour and 55 minute transit. that I was talking about. Okay, this is when the moon in Aries at 0 degree will join Neptune and Saturn. Okay, so we're talking about restrictions and responsibilities being placed on you if you want to obtain some sort of wish, dream, or fantasy. It's time to bring your dreams into reality, or the ideals, grand ideas that you've had into reality. Okay, how you look to others seems to be impacted during this 2 hours, whether it's for the good or for the bad, and it affects placements between 0 and 3 degrees of any sign. Leo and Sagittarius placements will see the blessings. Gemini and Aquarius placements will see the assistance and or opportunities. Check my astrology to see how it's affecting each and every sign in the morning on Facebook, okay, at author E-Ray Taronic. And under these energies, people can be more aggressive, tough, passionate, well-equipped, intellectual, strong, even socially conscious. Some are working to build the positive attributes and polish their image in the eyes of others. Here, one is attempting to protect their rights and assets so they don't see some sort of loss. But be careful not to let temptations, gambling, or vices take precedence over any of your other goals, your higher goals that you want to accomplish, okay? Because you can be seduced under these energies, okay? So keep your goals in mind. The last transit that I want to talk about is going to start at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a 1 hour and 55-minute transit. This is when the moon in Aries at 4 degrees will be sextile to Pluto in Aquarius. It's an opportunity or assistance that ushers in some sort of transformation where you have placements between 1 and 7 degrees of Aries, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Gemini. This is where you're privy to some sort of transformation. Leo and Libra placements can benefit as well. But under these energies, one can be more ambitious, tenacious, enterprising, sensual, resourceful, overcoming self-centeredness, and overcoming some type of frivolousness, okay? One can obtain an important or stable position despite all the people who put obstacles in your way. Your perseverance and your bravery sees you accomplishing some sort of goal here. So you might get some type of information that comes in. Some are overcoming selfishness or will use their money for a selfless purpose, okay? For others who are under a more sensual energy, you can be afforded or offered some type of sexual advance, but it may come from someone who's already partnered, okay? If not already partnered, they could be in the midst of some type of separation or divorce or something like that. In addition to that, artistic careers are favored, so you can see opportunities and assistance there as well, okay? Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update, and I'll check back with you guys in a couple days. Bye now.